Hello there. Welcome to the first ever episode of The Digest. These are book leadership lessons that I share with you based on some book reviews that I'm actually doing every week that I believe and hope that will spur and provoke your thoughts to take some action, especially from a leadership angle. So my names are Gilbert Angana, or call me Coach Gilbert. And today's book that I want to share some insights on is a book that is very common, and I'm sure a number of you have actually possibly read it in your lifetime. And this is called The Champion's Mind by Jim Afremow. And I want to share with you some 4 critical lessons that I picked out of this book that I call the 4S. The 4S, yes. And number 1 is on the aspect of self-discipline. And some of the key insights that I actually got out of this book that relates to the self-discipline aspect is the fact that we cannot be able to achieve anything. You cannot be able to achieve your goals without discipline. And key is here is some of the things like now procrastination, where you actually push yourself that this thing I'll do tomorrow. So one of the insights here that you're told is don't wait for tomorrow, do it now. If something is important, then you shouldn't wait for tomorrow. You should be able to do it now. And number 2 is you need to quit telling yourself that this thing is too hard for you to change. One of my mentors that I follow closely is Dr. John Maxwell, and this time he's actually running a campaign to all of us and to the world. He's telling the world that we can actually change our world, and this is actually an aspect of self-discipline that, if you're able to inculcate, for sure you should be able to change your world in whatever capacity. And the second S that is actually critically depicted in this book is on the aspect of self-awareness. And in this particular case is if you are self-aware enough, then you should be able to understand your strengths. You should be able to understand your weaknesses. You should be able to understand some of the key areas that you can be able to change, so that then you can focus on your goal. And number 2 aspect that is very critical here is self-awareness actually leads you to become a self-responsible person. It enables you to be responsible in what you do, in some of the action that you want to take. And also it helps you to have a positive interpersonal relationship, because you understand that this is the expectation that people are looking up to you. And if it's your team, if it's your colleagues, then you know that there is a level of expectation that you are required to be at. The other S is on the aspect of self-talk. And this is actually the most critical aspect, because a number of us are actually our own enemies, because then our self-talk are not boosting our confidence. In fact, majority of the times you find that we have what we call automatic negative thoughts, which then kills our confidence. It kills our drive to take action. So on the flip side, out of it is you need to be able to start developing positive self-talk, because positive self-talk is what will spur some motivation in you, is what then will be able to spur you into taking action where you feel that you can't take action. So the last S that I picked is on the self-efficacy aspect, and this is a person's belief that you can be able to do and succeed in anything that you do. Some of the things that are critical here is for you to master your mental skills, master your mental toughness. And this is also tied into self-talk, because if you have positive self-talk, then your mental toughness actually grows. So mastering that mental skills is actually key in terms of self-efficacy. Forming a stronger sense of commitment is also very critical in terms of developing your self-efficacy. And viewing challenging issues, challenging problems as stepping stones towards, or as opportunities towards achieving your goals, is also what was clearly depicted in this book. So as a summary, and one of the quotes that is actually mentioned by Jim in this book is the ultimate success is actually not to win, but to reach within the depths of your capabilities, and for you to be able to compete against yourself to the greatest extent possible. And that's one of the things that you need to be able to pick up. So as a summary is the 4S, the critical aspect. Number 1 is for you to create discipline by creating tiny habits every day. And number 2 is for you to understand that being self-aware is not the absence of mistakes. Mistakes will be there, but it's then how then do you learn out of the mistakes? How then do you collect yourself out of the setbacks and move up? And the other aspect is that positive self-talk. Makes us more optimistic, confident, and successful. And the last aspect is for you to understand that self-efficacy can help you better deal with some of the difficulties that are around you. So this is what I picked from this book, The Champion's Mind by Jim Afremow. And I hope it has been able to just provoke your thoughts in terms of understanding what are some of the things that you need to start changing. For more details, I think every week we'll be sharing with you some leadership lessons. So subscribe to our channel there for you to be able to understand and get leadership insights. But also more so is for me to be able to share with you a one-page summary of what I picked from this book. So if you subscribe there, you'll be able to receive your one-page summary on your email. That will be able to now just review, look at it, internalize what are some of the areas that you need to be able to improve. Or else also check us out on www.stepafreak.com if you want to partner with us in anything leadership. You want us to come and do a leadership talk to your organization, to your team, to your group. Get in touch with us and we'll be able to just find ways of linking up with you and then to see how we can be able to support you. Thank you very much, and hope to see you next week when I share with you some other leadership insights from another book that I'll have read for this particular week. Thank you very much, and subscribe to the channel.